Welcome to Manna at the Tap, a podcast from Tapestry Ministries. Each episode reflects on a daily Bible reading from the Revised Common Lectionary. I'm Gloria, a fellow traveler on a spiritual journey with the Tapestry community, and we refer to the daily Bible reading as our spiritual manna. It nourishes our souls, fostering spiritual growth as we share insights and interpretations that enrich our spiritual lives. Today is Tuesday, November the 4th, 2025, in the 21st week after Pentecost during this season of ordinary time. This is a time for us to live an extraordinary disciplined life as we grow spiritually. The lectionary reading is from the book of Psalms in the Old Testament, Psalm 142. It's a prayer of desperation written by David as he was hiding in a cave pursued by King Saul. David feels frustrated about his situation. He's moving from cave to cave, trying to stay ahead of King Saul, and he genuinely can't understand why Saul wants to get rid of him. David and his men are at the back of a cave. Someone has entered, and they recognize the voice. It is none other than Saul. What should they do? David and his men are trapped. There's no way out of the cave. His men tell him to attack Saul. But Saul is in a vulnerable position. He's relieving himself. David sneaks up behind him and cuts off a piece of his cloak. Then David feels convicted. He returns to his men, warning them that no one is to attempt to kill the king. David then sits down in the cave and cries out to the Lord, asking for mercy as he pours out his heart and shares all his troubles with the Lord. His 400 mighty men surround him, yet he feels completely alone. When he looks to the right and to the left, it seems like no one cares about him. He has no place of refuge, and no one is concerned for his life. Then David cried out to the Lord, You are my refuge. You are all I have in the land of the living. One can only imagine the fear and panic that was gripping David at that moment. He called out to the Lord to hear his prayer because he desperately needed to be saved from Saul. David knew his supporters believed he was in the right and Saul was in the wrong. However, Saul was a powerful man with a large army of thousands, whereas David and his band consisted of only 400 men. King Saul was unaware he had entered the cave where David and his men were hiding. David's men suggested it was his opportunity to kill Saul, but David said he would not do so. What will David do to stay alive? He will pray. What will David do to overcome Saul? He will pray. And what will David do to handle the distress he feels? He will pray. David asked the Lord to set him free because he felt as if he was in prison, and he longed to return home so he could worship among the upright community. That's the place David desired to be, so he could sing and celebrate the goodness of the Lord to him in the land of the living.